Philip and I brought the tabletop back inside of the workshop after he finished his work on it and put it on my heavy duty trestles that I made for log hewing a while ago, so they are definitely strong enough to support it. It's a rather heavy stone slab, so I can't really handle it on my own, so I decided just to put it upside down on the trestles and bring the table base to it to sort out how to join the base to the slab, for which I think I have a good idea. This is also the first time I'll actually check whether the base is straight or not. I haven't done that before. So it's a bit exciting to see whether I did a good job on that or not. Let's see. I'll cross my fingers if I wasn't carrying the table base. That's actually, well, there's no other way to put it. It's perfect. I was expecting a slight wobble somewhere, but there's nothing like that. It just sits perfectly flat. This is my plan to fasten the table base to the stone slab. A couple of wooden blocks placed inside of the corners of the base with all the four legs. I will glue them with epoxy to the stone surface because that's what Philip said I should use, and he is the stone professional, so I trust what he says. And then I will drill through the blocks and put screws in them to secure the base to the top. Well, I won't use this dimension, that's just a spare piece I had for demonstration, but I have these pieces left from when I built the table base, and that's a good dimension. I will just smooth them off a little bit and then I will cut them into the desired lengths and put them in place. That means the table can be lifted in the top when it's in place, instead of just having a loose slab sitting on top of the base, which is what I have seen on other types of furniture with stone tops. But those are dressers and stuff, and having a loose slab on a coffee table, I think that's just asking for trouble, so I think it's better to connect it in some way like this. I will divide the shorter one into 4 and just copy that measurement to the longer one. Then I get 8 pieces, and that's what I need, 2 for every leg. And also, one of these surfaces is milled in the planer and the other one has a ripsawn surface from the table saw. And I want the milled surface to be the one I glue to the stone, because that's a true surface, whereas this is not. And this is a straight cut, so I can just leave that and measure from that. As you can see, there's a slight bow in one of them, but since I cut them up into shorter pieces, I really don't think that matters in the end, as long as the surface I'm gluing to the stone is true. pieces I cut are a bit too wide to meet up snugly against the table leg. They are like 5 millimeters too wide. That's 3/16 of an inch, I believe. We're close. So I don't know why I didn't check that. No big problem though. I will just rip 5 millimeters off all of the pieces on the table, so and then I can put them here. The painter's tape I put on the inside of the wooden blocks, they don't have to follow their lines exactly, it's just so I know where to rub the stone surface with these special sanding discs that I got from Philip. Ordinary sandpaper and stuff doesn't really do much on a stone surface like this. So I will just look at the scratch marks I made and rub the surface between that and the edge of the tape, so the epoxy can do its job. I was thinking about how to make everything line up as good as possible, and I think the best way is to put the table base onto the slab when I glue the blocks down, and just to make sure I don't glue the base to the slab as well, I'm masking the edges that are likely to come in contact with the epoxy. So if there is a squeeze out, I'll only glue painter's tape to the epoxy and not the table base. I don't know. This is all new stuff to me, so I'm trying to figure solutions out as I go along. But I think this will work. Yeah, and I'm reusing the same tape strips as I put on the slab because I don't like wasting, not even tape. Truth is, I didn't have that much left on the roll, so that's the main reason for doing this. It's a little bit like the moment of truth now, because I'm gonna mix some epoxy. The thing is, I have no good way at all to press the wooden pieces when I glue them. So I will just have to push down on them and hope they will stay in place good enough for the epoxy to fasten them to the stone. So it's a little bit exciting, I guess you could call it. Nerve-wracking would be another word. I don't know, it's a little bit of me taking a chance here. I hope it will work. I'm gonna sleep with my fingers crossed tonight, probably. I really hope it works. A little bit of a setback if it doesn't. We'll know tomorrow, I guess. You will know in a second or two. It's a new day in the workshop again, and I'm pretty excited to see how the glue up turned out. The moment on truth. Let's see if I can lift the base. Comes off here, comes off here, and there, and there. Nice. There doesn't seem to be any squeeze out at all on the outer side of the wooden blocks, and I didn't glue any painter's tape to the stone either. There was just one strip came off from the other, and you can see it here, but there's no glue on the base. So I can just remove all the tape, and there's no cleanup needed at all. And it looks like it's pretty solid. There is one thing I would like to add now. I didn't think about it much before when the table base was sitting here, but now that I see it without the base, I think I want to add triangular pieces here to just add some extra strength to these so they can't break off. First I'm going to remove all the painter's tape though. I don't need that anymore. These spare pieces from when I built the table base will do the job nicely, I think. They sit a little bit below the surface of these fastening blocks, but that doesn't really matter. I'm gonna use them because they are milled and true. Just gonna make 45-degree cuts to make triangular pieces here. There is a bead of epoxy that's squeezed out on the inside when I press the blocks down. I'm not sure how easy that is to remove, but what would be even easier and quicker is to just take the block plane and bevel the edges of the blocks before I glue them down. That's much faster. X goes down. I have 40mm screws, so I'm gonna measure where to put them and pre-drill all the holes. And it's about 1 inch from the corner, or 25mm. I'm not sure why I was planning to use both epoxy and wooden glue when I can just use epoxy for everything. Some sort of strange idea before the morning coffee kicks in, I guess. I'm using epoxy for it all now. And this type of epoxy has a prolonged setting time. I have 60 minutes to work with it. So I don't really have to rush. That's why I'm preparing one corner at a time and not all of them before I mixed the epoxy. Okay, I'm gonna leave these to set now and go and do something else. I have some work at Jonas's place. I'll go there and look at this in the afternoon. See you then. Right, now. I'm back from Jonas. Was milling some lumber. And it started to rain. Pretty bleak. So it's nice to be back here inside the workshop. The glue ups have set. Well, the epoxy gets its full strength after 24 hours, but it sets in 1 hour, so I can be happy with this. So I'm gonna put the base back on the slab now and drill for the mounting screws. fits rather nicely. I decided to put 2 screws in each mounting piece in the end since I made them so long. And it won't make the table weaker, that's for sure. But now I'm going to take it apart again, because I'm gonna put linseed oil on all the wood. I have some mineral spirit and boiled linseed oil here, because I want to mix a little bit of the spirit into the oil so it penetrates the oak a little bit better. I'm not sure about the proportions. Just mix a little bit and put it on there. About half of each usually works good, I think. I will also put a wax coat on top of this when it has dried a little bit. I guess it would have been easier to do this if I removed the screws, but then again, it's not really that hard to do it with the screws in place either. Then I know where they are when I need them. The wood really comes to life when you get some oil on it. I am wiping off the excess now so I don't get a sticky surface. Then I'm gonna leave it to dry until tomorrow. I think it's best. And then I'll apply the wax coat. I have a really nice wax here. It's made from linseed oil, bleached beeswax and carnauba wax. There's also some resin and a little bit of solvent in it. So I'm going to put this on and leave it to set until tomorrow, and then I can polish it. And that's basically the final step before I can deliver the table. Now I'll leave it to dry for 24 hours or thereabouts. I'll inspect it tomorrow afternoon and see if I can start polishing it and see what kind of surface I'll get from that. Now the wax has dried since I left it yesterday at about the same time, so it's about 24 hours curing time or drying time. And when I polish it with a clean cloth now, I get a very nice shiny surface. The instructions actually says that I should use a brush to polish it to get a satin gloss, but I don't have anything like that. And when I've used wax before, I quite often just used clean cloth rags, and the result is pretty nice. This wax is no different. And now the table is ready for delivery. Ja, man känner ju lite skillnad på utsidan och insidan. Jag har ju putshyvlat utsidorna men inte insidorna.
Ja just det.
Det är skillnad mellan maskinhyvlat och handhyvlat. Och sen... Det syns nog den här vaxade ytan när solen ligger på, men man känner ju också om man jämför med en ovaxad bit att det är...
Ja, det är
De hade såna här små tuber på färghandeln så det är så jävla dyrt det här annars.
Ja.
Det är från Ottossons färgmakeri då. Så det var jävligt bra att jobba med. Drygt som fan, jag har inte ens använt halva tuben.
Nej.
Så det är
ju tacksamt.
ja, det kan man ju behöva bättra på. Det kommer att dröja några år eftersom det inte är några slitytor där liksom.
Nej.
Eller så kan man strumpa i det också.
Jaha.
Jag kan ställa den här så länge bara.
Oj, jag känner så.
Det var ju praktiskt att ha en madrass här inne då. Lite sådär. Körde sakta.
Det är våran väg som är gjort.
Ja, det är krypkörning där.
Det är nästan värre.
Jag ska ta med skruvdragen också.
Tassar.
Ja.
Nu ska vi se. Nu är det krysset nu. Hallå.
Ja.
Ska den
Ställa den på kanten här så länge så det blir lite grepp.
Ja.
Ska vi se.
Oj.
Ja, passar ju bra.
Ja. Det passar bra med mattan.
Sen om man har det så är det klart man vill ha det.
Titta, fint.
Ingen kopp till dig.
Nej.
Du gillar inte kaffe? Nej. på skateboard.
Åh.
Ja.
Ja. Ja, det är bra.
Så det funkar.
Ja, precis. Jag bara... Skit.